Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Flint's mayor and the governor kicking off a huge water conference here in downtown Flint, talking about the future and also revealing info about their contentious relationship. We're live.
A terrifying morning as three men barge into this home. The family is sleeping. What happens to the family is awful, and there was a 5-year-old inside.
But we're going to begin with the weather as temperatures are set to drop dramatically over the next several hours, and that's not the only thing we've got coming. Good to have you with us here today at 5. Strong winds also coming with these colder temperatures.
That's right. Let's get to Ben right now. We've had two pretty wild swings like this over the past week, Ben.
Yeah, Kim and Devin, the stuff that today was just a nuisance. In fact, those gusts are still over 30 miles an hour in a couple spots. 32 in Pontiac, 32 in Monroe. Flint's at 35 miles an hour. This is where the headache is. Everything's shaded in purple or wind gust over 40 miles an hour. You can see up here in Bismarck, 56, the current wind gust, and all that's going to be sweeping through. And we're not talking just for an hour. We're talking for a 12-hour period tomorrow. And that's why the Weather Service has posted a high wind watch starting at 10 a.m., running through 10 p.m. tomorrow for everybody. Wind gust at least 50 miles an hour, possibly approaching 60 miles an hour as we get into tomorrow afternoon, which is going to be awfully close to severe thunderstorm strength, even though we're not anticipating any storms at all. We'll talk more about that ahead. Tonight, though, temperatures dropping. We'll stay on the clear side, and we'll talk wind chills for tomorrow morning coming up in a few minutes, guys.
All right, Ben. Our other top story tonight, detectives are asking for your help to find 3 men who not only kicked in a side door of a Detroit home, but pretended to be police officers when they did it.
Yeah, the home invasion happened near Warren and the Southfield Freeway early this morning. As Nick Monticelli reports, they forced everyone inside to get on the floor.
Good evening. A horrifying morning for this family. I obviously can't go on their property, but that is the side door. 3 men kicked in as they forced their way inside, wearing masks, all dressed in black, saying they were police officers.
Basically, this neighborhood is not that bad. I mean, it's kind of quiet. I've been here for about 15 years in this neighborhood, and this is the first time I ever heard something like that.
Alicio Hernandez is one of many neighbors in this West Side neighborhood, surprised to hear about the home invasion early this morning.
Seems kind of scary because I've never been in any situation like that before, but it is.
It happened just before 5 a.m. on Mattettle Street. Police say the men, dressed completely in black and wearing masks, kicked in the side door, yelling they were police officers. They rushed into a bedroom where a boyfriend and girlfriend were sleeping and forced them onto the ground.
First, they told them lay down on the ground, face down, and after that, they lifted them up, told them lay on a bed, put the willow above your head, and they shot him twice in the back.
The 35-year-old was taken to the hospital and will recover. But there was also a 5-year-old little boy in the bedroom next door. He was not hurt, but that's certainly a lot for a young one to experience. What's interesting, though, is investigators do not believe this is a random home invasion and robbery. They think something personal set this off, although they say a large amount of money was stolen, and they did allegedly impersonate officers, and the real ones do not want people to be afraid of them.
Of course, that's very bad when somebody, trusts the police and somebody knows he's the police. That's very look bad.
The neighbors say this family has been living here for about 6 months now. Detectives still trying to get some evidence and clues if you saw anything, or if there are some homes in this area, or maybe businesses that have some security cameras that may have picked something up. Please call them. You can call them or Crime Stoppers. That number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Detroit's West Side, Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
All right, Nick, and as you might expect, impersonating a police officer while committing a crime is a felony. All right, developing right now, there is word a plea deal could be in the works for Sebastian Gregerson.
Yeah, in case you don't remember, he's the Detroit father who the feds claim is an ISIS sympathizer that wanted to carry out a jihadi attack. Let's get out live to Jason Colthorpe right now. Jason, what have you learned about the case?
Well, these court documents filed today in federal court, Kimberly, are what's telling. It's signifying a change in his court appointment on March 30th from a preliminary hearing to a plea hearing.
Federal court documents today show 29-year-old Sebastian Gregerson has withdrawn all pending pretrial motions and will cut a deal with prosecutors. Gregerson was arrested in Monroe last summer after an FBI investigation. The 16-page complaint against Gregerson alleged he was collecting an arsenal for a jihad-style attack as an ISIL sympathizer. Undercover agents saw grenade launchers, knives, guns, and more military-style weaponry, all legal to own, but the feds allege his intentions were to kill. Originally, Gregerson's defense was that he was a military historian and an avid outdoorsman. He was charged with 2 counts of unregistered possession of a destructive device, unlicensed receipt of an explosive device, and receipt of explosive materials with intent to do harm.
Now, we reached out to Gregerson's attorney and the U.S. attorney today for more details on this plea agreement, but we got no call back from either. Again, that is a March 30th date. Then we will learn more about exactly what charges he will be pleading guilty to and what that sentence recommendation will be in exchange. Live downtown tonight, Jason Colthorpe, Local 4.
Jason, do we know whether or not the case is linked to any other counterterrorism cases?
It is. This was part of a multi-state counterterrorism investigation, Kim. And the feds believe he was dangerous and he had he was backed by like-minded supporters of ISIS, including a radical imam in Maryland. Kim?
Okay. Jason, thank you. Devin?
Well, they've often been adversaries, but today Governor Snyder and Flint Mayor Karen Weaver came together to open a 3-day water infrastructure conference in Flint. Of course, the ongoing water crisis there playing a central role. We bring in our consumer investigator, Hank Winchester, who's live in Flint with more on whether or not the mayor and the governor were really getting to talk to each other this time around. Hank?
Well, Devin, they were in the same room at the same time. We know that for sure. The governor talking a little bit about their contentious relationship. But this summit, which kicked off today, it is huge. People here from around the world taking a look at the problems here in Flint and working to make sure it does not happen in another city.
We know that if we get the resources to fix and rebuild Flint, if we restore social justice and economic equity, Flint can help launch a lead-free America and a renaissance of our aging water infrastructure nationwide.
Flint's mayor putting a positive spin on the crisis in her city. The mayor helping to kick off the Water Infrastructure Conference in the city where water made national headlines.
People that call themselves Flintstones. We call ourselves Flint Strong. Sometimes we call Flint Bedrock. But one thing is for sure, that the people in Flint are not giving up on our city.
The governor focusing on changes that have taken place in Flint, but admitting a lot still needs to be done. And in order to make those changes in the future, he knows he needs a solid relationship with the mayor. And at times, things have been rocky.
And I really appreciate her dedication to do this. And at points, we've had some interesting challenges in our relationship. But that's to be expected. During times of crisis, life is not a straight line, and not everything is easy.
The governor not available today to talk one-on-one about the developments here in Flint, but we did have an opportunity to sit down at length with Mayor Karen Weaver. And coming up at 5:30, she's talking about the A-list celebrity who's offered big help to Flint. In fact, just called over the weekend. She's also revealing whether she's heard from President Trump. You may remember when he was here campaigning, he said that he would make Flint a priority. And she's also sharing information about how long people here in this community will have to rely on bottled water and filters. That interview starting tonight at 5:30. Devin, Kimberly, back to you.
Hank, that's what I was going to ask you. Away from this conference, give us a brief thought on the day-to-day for the folks of Flint and how much that has really changed over these many months.
Well, there's been a lot of progress, as you know, help with nutrition and education. But the reality is, Devin, right now, people in Flint still need to drink water out of a filter or head to a water distribution center to get bottled water. It's one of the many reasons why tomorrow, as you know, at 8 p.m., we are doing our live broadcast here from Flint to bring more awareness to what is happening, but also to show the positive changes that have taken place.
Yeah, it's a complex picture. There's a lot to say, and you'll see it here with us tomorrow night. All right, Hank.
Well, police in Trenton are looking for leads in an overnight break-in at a drugstore. Thieves removed safety glass to get inside the West Grange Pharmacy on West Road near Allen Road. Once inside, they made off with prescription narcotics. Police believe 2 or more people were involved and got away in a white sedan. Another wave of bomb threats to Jewish community centers forced evacuations today in more than 10 buildings across the country.
Newest wave of threats forced evacuations in at least 7 states. Along with threats to community centers, the Anti-Defamation League also received threats at a number of its offices nationwide. Despite the threats, no one was hurt. All of the buildings were cleared. Federal authorities, though, continue to investigate each of them. An 81-year-old Detroit woman driven from her home because of the house next door gets some very good news.
Ahead at 5, we'll show you what just happened that she's been waiting on for years. Priya?
We've all heard of a dine and dash, but this guy takes it to a whole new level, stealing cash left at the table next to him. We'll tell you where this happened coming up.
All right, Priya, but first, WikiLeaks drops thousands of documents they say came from the CIA. What they claim that could lead to brand new questions about personal privacy. That's next.
This is new at 6.
A Detroit man finds a mysterious layer of dust on his car and suspects a nearby concrete plant. New at 6, what the company's doing about it since one of our news crews became involved.
Plus, for many Metro Detroiters, being trapped on a golf course sounds like heaven. And this deer has figured out how to make it work. New at 6, the reason no one's been able to shoo Rudy back to the woods.
Well, WikiLeaks has released thousands of documents it says are from the CIA, potentially exposing cyber weapons used by the government. WikiLeaks started posting the documents online this morning. These documents reportedly contain information used by the CIA to break into smartphones, computers, even televisions. Right now, it's still unclear if the documents are actually from the CIA. They are currently being reviewed by government agents.
Well, check out this security camera video sent to us by Westland Police here. It's from the inside of Buffalo Wild Wings on Wayne Road. Check out the man. He walks over to the table and swipes the money left on it. It definitely wasn't his, and now police need your help finding him. Priya Mann is following this story for us tonight, and Priya, he swiped both the tab and the tip.
And Kimberly, it's pretty clear that he's scoping out the place before he swipes the money, not realizing a security camera is rolling the entire time, and the quality of that video is pretty clear. Take a look. While he was busy making sure other patrons didn't see him swipe the money, a surveillance camera was rolling. Almost 3 weeks ago, these two were eating at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Westland. At the table next to them, someone had left cash to cover the bill and a tip. The temptation proved to be too much for this man, and he casually picked up the cash like it was his to take.
Yeah, that's absolutely ridiculous. I can't believe somebody would do that.
The brazen theft happened around 4:30 in the afternoon on February 15th. After swiping the money, the two walked out of the restaurant near the Westland Shopping Center. Servers discovered the money was missing after the pair had left.
And anybody that goes and steals from a waitress who isn't making that much money, I'm sure she has kids and everything, right? And just to walk out and take it. It's kind of ridiculous.
Westland police are looking for this man, described as about 30 years old, 6 feet, 200 pounds, with a full beard and a mustache. He left in an older model tan 4-door Buick.
Hopefully somebody comes forward and can spot this guy and tell us who he is, and he can get what's coming for him.
And if you recognize that man, you're urged to call Westland Police. Reporting live, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
So Priya, besides that video and the car description, do police have any other clues? Had he been in the B-dubs before?
Well, Kimberly, they were hoping that this pair used a credit card, something traceable, but that wasn't the case. That's why they've released this surveillance video, and they're urging anyone who recognizes that man to give them a call.
And it's pretty clear video, as you said, Priya, so hopefully somebody sees it and we'll turn him in. All right, appreciate it.
Well, I had a hunch we were going to trade our very mild February for a not quite as mild March.
A hunch, yeah. We kind of felt like that.
It all balances out that way, doesn't it?
They say March comes in like a lion on steroids, bringing a Conestoga wagon with him. This is going to be nuts tomorrow, and it's going to be for an extended period of time. Look at these wind speeds that we'll be watching when we get into the early part of tomorrow. Even though winds are going to die down tonight, you see those really start to pick up as those colors go from those reds to oranges to purples about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Then they start dying down again as we get into the evening hours. But we've got a period of about 10 to 12 hours where it is possible that these wind gusts could actually cause damage tomorrow. and that's why that high wind watch has been posted. More on that here in just a second. We're at 53. This is temperatures, not wind gusts, and it could be confusing as we look at some of those numbers. But we're going to be seeing these numbers go down over the next few days. In fact, there's a bowl of cold air there in parts of Canada, and even though the center of it is going to miss us out here to the northeast, we're going to get caught in the crossfire, so to speak, as our temperatures are still going to go down below average. In fact, there'll be one day this weekend where we won't even get above freezing for high temperatures, believe it or not. Satellite radar showing that the clouds have exited. We're finally starting to get some sunshine in here. Still a little bit breezy. Out to the west, things are starting to dry out in Missouri, where they had so much of an issue with tornadoes, and we're going to look at that a little bit closer on Local 4 News at 5:30. But for us, as the cold front crosses through tonight, this is one of two breezy conditions as we get through the nighttime hours, but we'll see lower wind speeds than what we've been picking up for much of the day. Then as we get into tomorrow morning, those speeds start ramping up. And again, this is going to be for an extended period of time. And other than the fact that we may see a couple snowflakes up here in the thumb, most of the skies are going to be mostly sunny. So it's going to be weird to be worrying about damaging winds when there's going to be hardly a cloud in the sky. So definitely have to be watching and be vigilant for that. But cold air is going to be the story after the winds start to move through, and we'll be seeing plenty of that going into the weekend. So let's look at wind chills tonight, shall we? This is how it's going to feel waking up tomorrow morning, and it'll feel below freezing across the entire southeast Michigan tomorrow. 31 will be one of our warmest wind chills, and that's going to be up in Clinton Township. A lot of 20s down here in our south zone, 28 in Onstead, Lambertville at 30. Dundee, you're going to wake up to 28 tomorrow morning. Lots of 20s in our west zone, too. In fact, Fenton, 26, 29 in Brighton, Howell at 28, and anywhere from probably the mid-20s to upper 20s across most of the north zone, and just maybe getting right to 30 for that wind chill in Rochester Hills. And those are going to be some of the lighter wind speeds in the morning. We'll see those winds ramp up as we head into the afternoon. 36 will be actually what the thermometer is going to read tonight, but you see what it's going to feel like even with just some lighter winds. Highs tomorrow will get to 50, but it is going to be the winds that'll be the story. Again, those gusts over 50 miles an hour, approaching 60 at times. So we're looking for the potential of power outages, tree damage, and maybe even some damage to buildings too, as those winds are going to be going for upwards of 10 to 12 hours. Then the 7-day forecast, cooling down into the weekend. We start ramping back up Monday and Tuesday. And we are going to set our clocks forward. Yeah. So if we don't have enough stuff to worry about.
I know, it's too much going on.
Over the weekend.
Be lighter in the evening as we're cold.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, alrighty. Let's check in with Washington.
Republicans roll out their plan to replace Obamacare. What will it cost you, and can they get their own party on board?
All right, Tracy, but first, talk about a bad trip downstate, how this northern Michigan man's most prized possession was lost forever on his recent trip to Detroit. A northern Michigan man says his love of classic cars is gone after his own ride was stolen and then set on fire during a trip to Metro Detroit.
Yeah, Dave Fischbach bought his pride and joy in 2002, a 1960 Corvette. After owning it 10 years, Dave restored the car. It went on to win at the Corvette Nationals 3 years in a row. But last month, while Dave was prepping for Autorama at Cobo, his Corvette was stolen from the parking lot at his hotel in Southgate. It was later found torched.
They literally cut the car in 3 pieces and burn it in 3 different locations. I don't have any desire to even do another car as long as I live, even show another car.
Oh,
I know.
That's just heartbreaking. And a Jeep that Dave owns was also stolen. It was found just missing its radio, but so far no arrests have been made in that case. A beautiful car, though.
Well, the hot button issue of smart meters for Michigan utility customers was on the agenda in Lansing again today. The House Energy Policy Committee took more testimony on a proposal to let customers opt out of the smart meter program and not have to pay utilities an extra charge for it. Utilities like DTE Energy said the smart meters are safer and they provide better service than analog meters. Some opponents, though, are concerned about privacy. We don't know yet when a committee vote will actually take place. Well, the TSA is taking a new, more hands-on approach to keeping travelers safe ahead of the spring break travel rush.
Yeah, hands-on is right. TSA is implementing new security pat-down procedures it calls more comprehensive. Its officers will still perform the standard pat-down, but the new procedure could also require them to search private areas of the body. The change comes after TSA found it failed to detect fake firearms 95% of the time over a 2-year period.
New at 5:30.
We're one-on-one with Flint's mayor. She's revealing the A-list celebrity offering big help to Flint and also telling us whether she's heard from President Trump.
Casey Anthony, in her own words.
Haley would be 12 this year.
What would she be like right now?
She was once considered the most hated mother in America. What she's now saying about the death of her young daughter.
While it might not look like it, this hole is actually a welcome development in this neighborhood.
I was surprised and elated.
So what all of this activity in this neighborhood means to a local resident.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5:30 starts now.
Making progress, an 81-year-old Detroit woman driven from her home after the vacant home next door catches fire. Gets the good news she's been waiting to hear for years.
Topping our news at 5:30, a happier ending than expected. That's the update tonight on the Detroit City saga we've been watching for the past couple of weeks.
This house fire sent an 81-year-old pensioner scrambling for shelter and safety. Tonight, we can tell you things are looking much brighter. Rod Maloney is live this evening in the city with the good news. Hi, Rod.
Yeah, hi, Karen. You know, take a look here. You'd think a gaping hole like this next to your house would be something you didn't want to see in a neighborhood, but actually, this is the best news they've had in weeks here on McGraw in the city of Detroit. Josephine Morley, whom we introduced you to a couple of weeks ago, is very happy that the city is responding in a way that it hadn't previously.
I was surprised and elated.
Josephine Morley came to check up on the insurance company's work inside her house yesterday and discovered something she'd been asking for over the past year: the demolition of the abandoned and burned out home next door. It burned February 26th in spectacular fashion. Josephine previously had asked the city to tear it down, but there was no money in the land bank budget in this neighborhood. But when the house next door caught fire and scorched her house and firefighters had to douse her place with thousands of gallons of water, it became saturated and unlivable. She wanted the burned out house leveled, but that required an emergency declaration, which came Friday, and crews showed up yesterday. She is grateful to the city for finding a way to tear down the singed hulk. It spent $14,000 because it must, by law, treat such demolitions as hazardous materials demos. Still, there are 4 others within a stone's throw. She's angry at the arsonists who see McGraw, which is near I-94, I-96, and Grand River, as a good land grab.
I'm sure that this is being done here in this area for some reason. I don't know whether somebody wants all the land and they can get the lots for $100 or what. I don't understand, but there's some reason why all these houses are being burned.
This has been a tough ordeal, but so is Josephine.
I'm doing fairly well. I guess I'm doing fairly well.
Now, here is the problem that caused this original issue, and that is that the city doesn't have the money to tear down these, or at least the land bank doesn't. So the DDA is now looking into this mess and the others around Josephine's house to see if they can take those down as well. That's less likely because that was an emergency demolition. Back to you.
Well, any word on when Josephine's going to be able to move into her house again?
Well, let's take a look here. They've had the insurance company in here. They've taken all of the furniture out, and anything they can salvage, anything that's left inside now is being left to be thrown in a dumpster. But she figures she can get back in here and making it livable sometime in May.
All right, always good to report those good news stories. We appreciate it. Thank you, Rod.
Well, you might call it healthcare take two. Today, Republicans unveiled their plan to replace Obamacare. Some of the broad strokes here. Under the plan, no one is required to buy insurance, but there is a steep 30% penalty if you don't. It would also allow people to buy insurance from other states. Eventually, that's not part of the initial plan yet, but that's coming, we're told, to promote competition. Tracy Potts in Washington with more on what it means for you and your wallet.
Devin, good afternoon. This plan isn't getting the warmest reception here on Capitol Hill. Democrats don't like it. Conservatives don't like it. Middle of the road Republicans have a problem with it. And we still don't know how much it costs.
Facts are we've arrived at the scene of a pretty big wreck and we're trying to clean up the mess.
Eager to replace Obamacare, Republicans introduced their own plan. Democrats are already calling it Trump Care.
Well, Trump Care is here and you are going to hate it.
Here's how it works. No one is required to buy insurance, but there's a 30% surcharge if you don't. Government subsidies, they're out. replaced with tax credits based on age, not income. Patients could buy insurance from other states to promote competition.
This is not about money. This is not about something else. This is about patients.
And a big change, states would control Medicaid. But in 3 years, Washington stopped sending money to expand it.
Everybody who's on Medicaid today, we don't kick anybody off. We do not pull the rug out.
And the big question, what will it cost?
Allowing states to have more control over their Medicaid money drive tremendous long-term savings.
The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office hasn't come up with a number yet. Democrats fear the poor will suffer.
Trump Care cuts taxes on the very wealthy while forcing average Americans to pay more.
Among the opposition, conservative Republicans, they call it Obamacare Light, a political plan that signals retreat, a step in the wrong direction. President Trump tweets it's up for review and negotiation, hoping his signature campaign promise won't flatline. Now, the cuts to Planned Parenthood in this Republican health plan have some in their own party concerned. Moderate Republicans worried that women, many of them, may not have access to health care. In Washington, I'm Tracy Potts, Local 4.
See, also today, the White House drawing a little fire for a statement congratulating ExxonMobil for investments in Texas and Louisiana. Turns out the president's quote in that statement copied several lines word for word from Exxon's statement on the project. A White House official has admitted they pulled the lines directly from Exxon. New photos released by the National Park Service seem to confirm President Trump's inauguration was less well attended than President Obama's.
In these photos, you can see the crowds at President Trump's inauguration held in January and the crowds at President Obama's 2009 and 2013 inaugurations. It appears President Trump's inauguration had significantly fewer watchers. The pictures were released in response to news media requests made through the Freedom of Information Act. The nation's heartland is cleaning up tonight.
Yeah, more than 3 dozen reported tornadoes yesterday causing a lot of damage. Let's bring in Ben with the latest. Ben.
Yeah, this was a big event if you also include the severe hail and the wind damage that went along with those tornado reports. Over 300 separate reports of severe weather yesterday. Missouri was the hardest hit, and the Show Me State tornadoes caused significant damage in the towns of Oak Grove and Smithville, which is just outside of Kansas City. Total of 560 homes were damaged, some of those completely blown away. Now, despite all the catastrophic damage, many are calling it a miracle that there were no deaths and no serious injuries. One of the tornadoes touched down way up in Minnesota, which is the earliest recorded seasonal tornado in the state's recorded weather history. So here's a look at all of those tornadoes that hit yesterday. And of course, it was that one in Oak Grove that's gotten most of the attention. 15 folks injured. Thank goodness none of those injuries are serious, but they have got a lot of cleanup to do in the Show Me State over the next several days. Guys?
All right, Ben. Well, today Crime Stoppers went door to door working to drum up new leads in the death of Wayne State Sergeant Colin Rose. Sergeant Rose, of course, died in the line of duty last November. Updated flyers, in fact, some printed in Spanish, were passed out today, part of an effort to move the investigation farther west from where it's been.
We're not leaving any business untouched. We are passing out flyers at strip clubs, daycares, it doesn't matter. Any business that's open on Michigan, we're giving flyers to.
Crime Stoppers offering a cash reward of more than $22,000 now for information that leads to an arrest in the case. That brings the total reward to $105,000. Anyone with information can make an anonymous call to Crime Stoppers. The phone number is 1-800-SPEAK-UP.
And for the first time since his death, the parents of Sergeant Colin Rose are speaking out. In my Defender Special Report, they open up about the loss of their beloved son and the search for his killer.
We're worried that this isn't going to be the only time that this person commits one of these kinds of atrocities.
140 miles away in the small town of Richland is where Colin's parents live. It's a world away from Detroit.
We're stepping out a little bit of our comfort zone to make a plea that says, hey, if anybody knows anything, please share the information with the police.
Someone knows something, heard something, perhaps recognizes that bike or who was riding it the days before Rose was killed.
It's tough to move on. We still have kind of an open wound.
Well, Randy and Karen Rose share more about their son's life, the investigation into the search for his killer, and I will be breaking some new information on this case tonight at 11, so make sure to join us for that special report at that time. Casey Anthony, who was acquitted of killing her daughter back in 2008, is speaking out for the first time in years.
A Florida woman once called the most hated mom in America told the Associated Press that she knows much of the world believes she killed her two-year-old daughter, Kaylee.
I don't give a shit about what anybody thinks about me. I don't care about that. Yeah. I never will. I'm okay with myself. I sleep pretty good at night.
Anthony was found not guilty of first-degree murder by a jury in Orlando back in 2011. Well, if experiencing one of America's national parks is on your bucket list, you might want to do that soon.
Yes, especially if you're 62 years or older. That's because the fee that seniors are charged for lifetime access to more than 2,000 of our national parks is set to increase by 700%. The current charge is just $10. That will go up to $80. The steep price hike is expected to be implemented by the end of this year.
Marathon runners, of course, trained for months, striving to get their best time, but thanks to a little mistake, runners in Texas didn't really end up running a marathon.
What one person did that may cause all of the runners' times to be disqualified.
And it's the perfect time to sell. New tonight, experts reveal the exact day you should put your home on the market in order to get the best price. Hank?
And Devin, we are one-on-one with Flint's mayor. She's talking about how long people in this city may have to rely on filters and bottled water. And also, has she heard yet from President Trump? We're live after the break.
May the new at 6.
There are plenty of reasons we love dogs and plenty of reasons for criminals not to. Now, one local police department is applying that concept on a larger scale.
Also, they say perception is reality. The world's perception of the United States is changing. At 6, the results of a massive survey asking people, what's the best country in the world? That's at 6 o'clock.
Tonight, Flint's mayor opening up about the water crisis that put her on the national stage and put her constant contact with an A-list Oscar winner.
The mayor is also talking about President Trump and a recent planned visit to her city that apparently was canceled at the last minute. We bring in our consumer investigator, Hank Winchester, who's live in Flint tonight. Hank, she has seen a lot now.
She certainly has, Devin and Karen. Listen, we spoke with the mayor for more than an hour. She was open, she was honest, she was realistic. The bottom line is the problems here in Flint are going to drag on for a number of years.
The struggle continues in Flint, and so too does the work being done by Flint's mayor, Karen Weaver.
You know, we're removing the lead service lines, the galvanized lines, and so that's going to put it where we continue to be on filtered water or bottled water for probably about another 3 years.
3 more years, at least. Hard to believe. Elected right before the crisis made national headlines, Weaver entered into a mess. It has been nonstop ever since. One day she's in Flint, the next day on every network newscast, and then taking the stage at the Democratic convention.
Was it overwhelming?
Probably if I stopped to think about it. And I tried not to think about it too much because then that's exactly what would happen. It would be overwhelming.
The mayor's gotten help along the way, the federal government, the state, and some big-name celebrities. One in particular who cold called the mayor's office last spring.
I heard her say, well, you know, she can't get to the phone right now. And then Cher must have left the message, and she said, is this Cher? And I guess she said, yes. And she said, wait just a minute.
Cher donated thousands of bottles of water to the city, and she's regularly in touch with Weaver. In fact, she just called over the weekend.
Ever since that first call, we had a connection, and she has stayed in touch. She's been, you know, she came here, and she has, I mean, she's always picking up the phone to call and say, what's going on? I'm going to send some more because I understand you all are still on bottled and filtered water.
During the race for the White House, both Secretary Clinton and then candidate Trump made stops in the vehicle city. Both said fixing Flint would be a top priority.
Have you spoken to him since he was sworn in?
I have not.
Anybody from the administration?
Well, you know, we thought he was going to be coming here. That was probably about a month ago. Okay. And I'm not quite sure what happened because the fire and police chiefs were contacted as, you know, the normal procedure.
But then all of a sudden they ended up going to, I'm not sure if it was Grand Rapids, but somewhere on the west side of the state. And we haven't heard anything else.
An important programming note for you. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, failure in Flint. The crisis continues. The WDIV team will be live here, a 1-hour special in Flint. Devin, Kimberly, Karen Drew, Kevin Dietz, myself, taking a look at the problem in the city, the solutions, in-depth conversations, and also much more from the mayor. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, she's talking about her relationship with the governor, revealing whether she believes he should be charged, and also telling us what grade she would give him for the work he's done here in Flint. A couple of notes regarding the interview you just saw. She's optimistic that the president will make his way here to Flint very soon. And she also talked about Cher, as you heard. She says it's very strange, but at this point, she considers Cher a good friend. We're live here in Flint. Hank Winchester, back to you.
You know, Hank, I remember talking to Mayor Weaver just before she gave her speech at the Democratic National Convention in Philadelphia last summer. She couldn't believe then at the company that she was keeping. It's been that way week by week by week. I think she still finds herself a little surprised at her life now.
Yeah, I think it's hard for her to wrap her head around it. And, you know, talking about that speech, Devin, we talked about that yesterday. I was asking her about how nervous she must have been. She said she was fine delivering the speech, but then when she got off stage, she realized she left her glasses on the podium. Right. And at that point, it was just too late to go back.
You can't run back and sneak them away. Yeah, all right, Hank.
No.
Well, runners at the Woodlands Marathon in Texas may have all of their times thrown out because of a mistake.
Oh, my heart sinks for them on this. The Woodlands Marathon is a certified marathon course, which means runners can qualify for the Boston Marathon by beating a certain time. Unfortunately, the lead motorcycle took a wrong turn during the race, cut 0.8 miles off the course. The Woodlands Marathon is reaching out to the Boston Athletic Association to see if the times can be adjusted. If not, all the runners will be disqualified.